1987, a young mid-level officer of the 1st KGB department of the USSR Vladimir Putin has been in Germany for 2 years and is listed as an employee under the guise of the House of Soviet-German Friendship in Dresden. Since the beginning of 1986, he has been actively cooperating with the East German Ministry of State Security and is a frequent visitor to the Stasi office in Dresden. Territorially, the headquarters of the KGB was located near the Stasi, which made it possible for Vladimir Putin to meet daily with employees of the German State Security Office. 5 USSR KGB operatives served with Vladimir Putin in Dresden, but none of them contacted representatives of the Stasi as often as he did. Everyone had their own tasks. So, Vladimir Putin worked undercover as a translator in the House of Soviet-German Friendship and carried out minor assignments from the leadership. His duties included curating and recruiting Soviet students. Vladimir Putin was not a serious figure in the KGB at the time, as he did not have the opportunity to prove himself. Dresden is the periphery for the KGB operations. There were no secret and important operations in the city carried out. Vladimir Putin understands that his career in the KGB of the USSR has no chances. In this regard, he begins to ingratiate himself with high-ranking politicians, the military, and secret officials, setting himself the goal of developing contacts with the right people. Putin plans to use these permanent contacts in the future for his own personal benefit. In the summer of 1987, Vladimir Putin attends a closed operational meeting at the Stasi, which was attended by undercover British intelligence officers. At this closed meeting, representatives of one of the most secret and powerful special services of Britain noticed a young KGB officer. The Cold War influenced the millions of dollars subsidies to the secret services of European countries provided by the United States for the recruitment of KGB officers. Since the beginning of the 1950s, the CIA, together with the German intelligence service, has conducted dozens of successful special operations to recruit Soviet officers from various departments. One of these operations was Mercury, which consisted in identifying and recruiting officers of the USSR KGB 1st Department. At that time, Vladimir Putin, along with his wife Ludmila and 2 daughters Maria and Katerina, lived on the outskirts of Dresden, in a 2-room apartment, a typical panel 6-story building for a salary of 1,800 East German marks. By the standards of the inhabitants of Germany, the salary was not so great for the carefree life of Ludmila and their children. Vladimir Putin lived very modestly in Dresden. After working hours, he liked to drink a glass of Radenburg beer at the Antier pub. On the weekends, he liked to go fishing on the lake near the Moritzburg hunting castle. In December 1987, in Moritzburg, not far from the lake, where Vladimir Putin once again fished, a meeting was held with British intelligence officers, about which the 35-year-old KGB officer did not report to his leadership in Moscow. From now on, Vladimir Putin will open a new page in his life. Namely, huge opportunities that he could only dream of. But it is unlikely that a simple KGB officer dreamed of such a thing.